Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Indy here with Ultimate Tool Reviews. Well, here is our new tools of the week, of the month. I'll just keep making these whenever we get a bunch of new tools released here. This one tool caught my eye. I believe Makita makes one. I don't think anyone else makes one that I've seen, maybe like Craftsman or probably Ryobi. Ryobi probably makes one too. But a brushless, cordless cultivator. I think my grandma had like a gas one 25 years ago. I don't really know. I mean, I know these are for, like they cultivate, harder soil in a garden. Um, I haven't really seen anyone use these tools. Man, probably 20 years in the last saw anyone actually use one of these. So I don't know if gardening is coming back here really, really strong, and that's why people are buying cultivators again. But very surprising to see, Harbor Freight has one, and I know gardening's popular in Japan, so Makita's been making one for forever now. But I really love to hear your guys' comments. Do you use a cultivator? Do you have a use for one? And are we going to start seeing more of these? This is kind of an interesting tool that I thought was kind of dead, but it's back now. So very interesting to see that type of tool coming back. Going over to Makita, they have finally released some new combo kits for XGT. And they have finally released combo kits that have a recip and circular saw all in one kit. They, for the longest time, had a kit where you had a circular saw or a kit with a recip saw, not with both. And I'm like, what are they doing? Just put them both into one kit. I'm sure these kits are absurdly expensive because they're XGT. Probably at least $800, if not $1,000 for these two kits. But yeah, I'm sure they're very, very expensive. And they're kind of new, kind of current, models. There is a new recip saw out. There's a ton of circular saws out, so I'm not gonna say it's like the newest model here. The hammer drill, of course. Actually, I don't know if that's the hammer drill or not, but either way, they've only really got like one right now for XGT, and then the Impact. There are new models in Japan right now. I picked up a few of them, did a few reviews on those, but there currently is only one real model in the U.S. Well, there's two models, but one is a very light version. I would say avoid that one. But the newest version, or the oldest version technically, is I think one of the best ones for XGT anyways. But again, this stuff is very, very expensive and pretty crazy how expensive that is. Moving on to the power head kits from Makita. 18-volt stuff. This stuff has some. It's popular here and there. I haven't really seen any, like lawn care companies really go widespread with these. A lot of people that I know still like the individual power, for each individual tool. The power heads, I've seen a lot of people not like them so much because of that shaft in there can break. You're adding more parts to a tool already, so you're kind of trading decreased reliability for more convenience, which is not always super popular. But with these tools here, the regular 18-volt versions are kind of lackluster. At least upgraded to like the 36 volt, or the XGTs are a far bigger jump than the 18-volt stuff here. So it's kind of a little bit like, I'm not really sure who Makita is targeting these tools to. Because if you're commercial, you're not going 18 volt. I mean, maybe if you're a homeowner and you want like a nice basic compact kit. But again, I'm sure Makita is charging an arm and a leg for these things. So there's better options out there, even from Makita. That's going to be cheaper, of course. So a little confusing what Makita is doing. They really need to bring more value, in my opinion. Huge fan of Makita, but I got to see better here from Makita. Now, moving over to Milwaukee. Milwaukee's doing some interesting stuff here and some very expensive stuff. This is one tool I saw on their Instagram page that really did get a bit of kickback here. Take a guess at what this tool costs. $4,000 in a kit. Yeah, a 1-ton chain hoist with one key, 4 grand. Now, when I say 4 grand in a kit, this includes looks like two batteries and a rolling pack out to kind of have that all into one kit. But 4 grand, I mean, what does a 1-ton hoist cost, anyways, from like anything else? I mean, that's pretty expensive for what that thing is. I can't wait to kind of see some reviews on this thing, and very, very interesting to see that there. The one tool I saw today, just saw some stuff on this. This is the all-new M18 Fuel. This is a new dual battery chainsaw kit. And if you've ever used the Makita dual battery chainsaw, I've used mine commercially. Cool tool, definitely not designed for commercial work though. That thing overheats like crazy, and it's kind of unusual because I don't really have a lot of issues with Makita tools overheating. That tool though definitely overheats like crazy. Going over to the XGT chainsaws, they fixed that issue. I have not had any issues with my XGT chainsaws doing it commercial work. Those things can run all day long and really have no issues as long as you got fresh batteries. So I'm curious if Milwaukee has fixed that issue. Of course, they're using, they're showing off, the forged battery packs and these things. But man, I don't want to know what this thing costs. This thing is going to be expensive, especially with two forged battery or two 8 amp hour forged batteries on there. And depending on the weight of this thing, let's see here, it might almost be worth, yeah, we're at 20 pounds. It's hard to say, when you get into the more powerful battery stuff, you might as well just go gas at that point. And I don't run any gas tools, but I used to work for a tree company, so I know that they're never really probably ever going to replace the top end gas chainsaws. I mean, maybe if we get some really really good batteries and really really good new motors out, but this is going to be one of those things where dollar for dollar for what this thing costs, and I will say, if you want to run this thing hard, like I've run 36 volt Makita chainsaws hard, you're going to want to have at least 10 to 12 batteries ready to go because it is dual battery and you're going to be overheating batteries like crazy. You won't drain the batteries all the way, but you're going to be overheating them so fast, you got to keep swapping batteries. So if Milwaukee has this thing fixed, it's Milwaukee, so I know it's not going to be cheap either. But this is going to be an interesting tool to see some reviews on. So very cool there. Milwaukee doing dual battery stuff. Makita's been doing that stuff for years and years now. It's very cool stuff because it basically prevents you from jumping into a new line if you don't want to. But of course, when Makita made their 40 volt line, it does take another step above the 36 volt stuff. So very cool to see some new tools from Milwaukee. And that is all I've got for you guys today. New tools are happening right now, but are we seeing new deals? Unfortunately, no. But always cool to see a lot of new tools rolling out. So guys, thanks for watching. Take care. Have a great day and stay safe out there.